live with nobody in there. It's quiet.
I know. We're gonna put some crickets in here. I'm gonna put crickets in the chat. Where's everybody at?
I don't
Crickets.
know. They commented in the Twip feed. They commented in there.
Chirp, chirp. There we go. All right, cool. You ready to do this, man? You ready to do this?
Yeah, I'm
This
ready. I'm ready.
secret life, the secret life of pets was the topic. The interesting thing about this particular critique, I think, is it's the next several are crowdsourced, right? So the
Yeah,
community came up with all these topics. So, you know.
yeah, that's true. That reminds me. What is our next one? Just so I have it in my head. Okay, it's playing with toys. Okay.
Yeah, see? And they're all loaded, so they're ready.
Oh no,
So,
that's not what it is.
what, the next one?
You can show it.
Yeah, I'll show
Let's
it.
go
Yeah,
with
I'll
the
bring it
flow.
up.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, yeah, so let's just show it real quick. So, folks that are watching this, if you want to see, if you're a TWIT member and you want to see what the next critiques are, we're right now on 184, Secret Life of Pets, and then down below, you see these. These are out of order, which I need to fix. So, pay attention to the dates that are on these, not the sequence of them. The next one is Go with the Flow, March 28th. I need to flip that sort order.
Right.
But yeah, cool. So what'd you think? What do you think of the crop of pets' secret lives for this critique?
I like it. It was a fun topic. We got a lot of really good images in there, and it's fun to see, to see everybody's pets. So I like it. And I have a particular favorite, which we've already talked about, but we'll get there. So,
Yes,
and
yeah.
I even threw in an image in there.
So did I. Yeah, I threw one in there too. Did you see the one I threw in there?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I have some things to say.
Oh no.
No, it's tiny, 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 tiny.
Oh no. I know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna write down what you're gonna say. Write it down. All right, I wrote it down. I know exactly what you're gonna say about that photo. I know exactly what
That's
you're gonna say.
funny. That's funny.
I know you that well, Troy Miller. I know you that well.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've only done almost 200 of these, right?
Isn't
So,
that crazy? That is
yeah,
ridiculous. Yeah. Well, hey, when you have a good thing going, might as well keep it going.
yeah,
All
that's
right,
good.
let's dive in for the folks that are like, just get on with it. Let's see what this critique's about. Let's
Let's do
dive
it.
in. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again. We are in Secret Life of Pets with 15 submissions, it looks like. First one up is Karen Sweeney. Karen says, I feed them and they eat the food. It's a wild and free pet. The nuthatch strutting its stuff, shot with a Nikon D500 and a 200 to 500 millimeter at 500. And she edited it in Affinity Pro and it's uncropped. Oh, cool. Look at that.
Oh, nice. Nice. All in frame. Well done. In camera. Well done. I really like this image. And one of the things that as I looked at it, I had to ask myself, like, why was I attracted to this one particularly? And I think what I really enjoy is I like the solid base that the bird is standing on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like as opposed to like just this sharp post or a little random twig that's usually out of focus or something. So they kind of don't really have a solid base. And I think I really like the fact, and I'm not a birder, so don't take that too seriously. But I really like the fact that we've got this nice solid base for the bird to sit on. So and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. I mean, it's sharp all the way through.
It's that depth of field. I love that shallow depth of field means everything is a background with that. Everything is a blurry,
Right.
painterly background with that lens.
Right, right. An incredible image. I think that it's wonderfully done. We've got amazing detail all the way through the bird. The composition is fantastic. The background is fantastic. The presentation is fantastic. My only nitpick, and it's very minor, but the very tip of the beak is not in focus. And when you're this close, I just wish that beak was in focus or
Is that
sharp, right?
fixable? Can you fix that? Can you fix that like with on one or something?
I
Like
don't.
run it
I
on the image and then mask in the sharper beak or something. Is that even a thing?
It's no, it's not in focus. It's out of focus because of the depth of field, right? It's out of the range of your depth of field, and I think that you could go in there and you might be able to mask the edge to give it a little bit more crispness or something, but it's not going to be perfect. Short of maybe taking it from another image. But this is just one of those kind of things when you're shooting with a really long lens or even like a really short lens and you're shooting macro, your depth of field is very, very shallow.
Yeah.
And You've got to look at that.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the shot, I'm thinking everything you said. Yeah, I agree with. I did not notice the beak being out of focus, but now I see it. I agree with it. But I need to draw your attention to that border and the work that Karen did on the border. Look at that, and not even being flippant about it. Like
Hmm.
that's a nice border, and it's got a little kind of a little line in there to give it a little bit of relief. A little, it's like
Hmm.
raised off of the background a little bit, and it's yeah. And you could tell this was not a hey, let me throw a border on there. This was part of
Right.
the post production process.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's very, very well done. It's very well presented. My only other consideration would be, if you can't get the total foreground in focus, then go in and blur out the foreground. So the log, we'll call it a log that the bird is sitting on, the right hand side is in focus, or it's within the range of depth of field. Go ahead and blur that as well. So that way only what's in focus is the bird. So, but
Mm-hmm.
wonderful presentation, good colors. I mean, this is the perfect bird for this background and everything. So really well
Mm-hmm.
done.
Yeah, those colors are great. I love those colors.
Hmm.
I want a house designed with those colors. That'd be really cool.
Those are good colors. And
They
notice they're
are.
complementary,
Uh huh.
right? You got the warm spectrum, and then you've got, the cool spectrum. So
Yeah, yeah, love it. So this photo serves as it's a good bookend to the next photos that are coming up because
right.
this guy would be food for these next people that are.
Oh,
So
that's harsh, but that's true. That's
look at
true.
that. This guy is looking at this guy right now. Look at that. It's like lunch. That is my lunch. This is
Yeah.
from Michael Brown. Michael Brown says, not really a pet, but it's a stray cat my wife has started feeding. Sorry, Michael. I'm sorry to let you know that is now a pet. That is now your pet. Is your cat. You fed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. The cat has adopted you.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
nice. That's really wonderful.
Is that a tabby?
Um,
That's a tabby, right?
yeah, it's an orange tabby, and I can't remember, but I think orange tabbies are almost always male.
I read
I can't
that. Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Tabbies,
like that.
orange tabbies are male, and calicos are normally female.
Oh,
That's
I
what I
didn't
read.
know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Secret life of
Um, I
cats.
I love the shot, nice and sharp from the nose, back to the ears, and we have to remember that that's their face. They have a long face, unlike humans. So we need to try to get their face in focus. So I appreciate the fact that that's in focus all the way through. Um, my only consideration for this is, when photographing pets, depending on what story you're trying to tell, is get down to their level if you can.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
often, same thing with like children, we tend to be adults, like we're tall, right? And so we shoot down on things. And I think it would be nice to be at the cat's level, shooting at their eye level. But
Yeah.
great image.
Yeah, well, I agree with all that, and yeah, you're right. It's a depth of field issue with these cats, right? Because it's their
Hmm.
nose protrudes so far, or animals in general. They have a snout kind of. Cats have a more blunted snout, but it's still a snout there. Um, but it looks like he may have vignetted a little tiny bit, maybe not. But if not, I would have vignetted a little bit more on there to drop the
Hmm.
values of that background, because it's bright, right? And we've got the cat, which is a little bit darker, so the background is even subliminally competing a little bit with the foreground. So I'd push that down a little bit, with a little bit of a vignette, and maybe bring the eyes out a little bit more so that it's all of it's intentional, right? I want you
Right.
to look into the eyes of this amazing creature right here is what I'd be saying as the artist.
Right, and that's a really good point. Like, this could use a little bit of eye treatment. It doesn't need to be a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but bring out the saturation, because it looks to me like this is in shade, which is cool light.
Mm-hmm.
So bring the eyes into a nice cool tone, and let the warmth of the fur come out a little bit more. So a little bit of eye treatment in there would
Yeah.
really help this image. Yeah.
I wonder what he's thinking. What is this guy thinking?
Stop sitting next to my food, and
Exactly. No, he's what cats are always thinking. I kill you.
probably, yeah,
I kill you.
probably
Go to
stupid
sleep.
humans.
Go to sleep, human.
Yeah, it's not the dolphins that are running the world. It's
It's
the
totally the
cats.
cats. Yeah, it's totally the cats. You know, cats evolved. Domestic cats evolved to be domestic because the whole story of they figured out at some point in the past they figured out that it's easier to get food if you're just cute and cuddly and they'll feed you versus trying to steal it and hunt for yourself. So they domesticated themselves and became this. So the fact that they're loving and in your house is part of evolution. They figured it out.
Some of them did. I'm pretty sure some of them, and I've owned a few as pets. I'm pretty sure they don't care about me at all.
No, they don't. They care about your
I'm just
food.
shelter. Yeah,
You're totally food and shelter. That's it. That's all you're.
that's
Food and
right.
shelter.
That's right.
But hey, if they're good at pretending to be loving, so let's just go with
Right.
it. Let's go with it.
Right.
What's the difference? All right, on with the show from this tabby. Next up is Stephen Sharf. Stephen says, "My cat Ringo is secretly Batcat. I saw that movie yesterday. I saw
Oh,
the
nice.
Batman. The Batman. I need to see it again. As a normal movie-going comic book superhero loving person versus the dad, because I was covering eyes up during the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really enjoy it when you're acting as censor. So, but yeah. What do you think? What do you think of this shot?
I think this is great. I really, really enjoy the fact that Stephen put the time in to create this triptych, which is really sort of really storytelling, and like the edge, the bookends are really kind of like the normal life, he's out there climbing, and then the center image is like his hero pose, like he's waiting for, something to come up and then he's gonna go attack it. So I dig that. I do really appreciate that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun shot. Yep.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fun.
it.
My only comment or nitpick is I wish that there was more room above Ringo in the middle, that his that his ears weren't right next to the edge of the frame. I just wish
Yeah.
there was a little more space there. And it wouldn't have to be a lot, but at this size, it feels like they're touching. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would really be good.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. Cool shot though. Cool. Really cool. Would you think it's fine like this? I mean, the shot is really good. I even like the key line that he put in there. I think it finishes it off really well. The flanking shots on the left and right, should they have been not tinted but colorized more to match the stylization, if that's a word, of the middle shot, or is it okay keeping them kind of as shot? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really up to the maker. I think that if I was presenting this as a piece, right, I would probably stylize the end images a little bit. I would probably make them black and white so that they weren't as obvious as the center image, so they weren't competing. I don't know that I would tone them. Maybe do like a warm monochromatic tone or something like
Yeah.
that to play with it so that everything within the entire triptych worked together.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of a different intention.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, as is, it's a fun, whimsical shot. It's like, hey, look at this, quote, ordinary house cat,
yeah,
and look at the middle. This is the house cat in a theatrical kind of setting, So
right,
I like the juxtaposition of the normal flanking, something that's surreal. So yeah, cool.
right. Yeah, no, it's super fun, super fun.
Good job, Steven. Cats. How can you not love cats? Just saying. All right. Speaking of not loving cats, here's Otto. Otto's looking at this cat saying food. So
Yeah, definitely.
Otto's like, I want that cat. Otto hides his tennis ball. Wait, who shot this? Wait, sorry. Eric Pronsky. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is super cute. This is super fun, and it. I can imagine that Otto is sort of looking at one of his humans or something off to his right.
Mm-hmm.
That's drawing his attention.
Eric's outstretched hand holding a snack, or
Yeah,
snapping his
holding a
fingers. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
You want this?
yeah.
You want it?
How funny. How funny. No, it's super cute. I'm glad that the eyes are in focus. I'm glad that the tennis ball is in focus. This is one of those scenarios where, the nose being out of focus really isn't a huge deal. However, when you're photographing, an animal, you want to get that nose in focus. So we've talked about competition in the past. If you were ever to take an image into competition, they're going to ding it for that. It doesn't affect the cuteness factor, right? Um, but at a higher level, somebody's really going to be picky about that. So that's a challenge, to try to keep that nose in there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And with that, on that same note, if I'm gonna put us on screen for a second here. So with under the light of, hey, if you were shooting this and you submitted this image to composition, it would get dinged on X, Y, and Z, right?
Right.
Should, even if a photographer isn't planning to submit an image into competition, should those rules of competition still be in their head? I mean, yeah, the obvious ones like, composition, you cut heads off and all this kind of stuff. But things like that, like things like in this shot, where the nose is slightly out of focus, but the eye is in focus. Should Eric have been like, well, you know what, competition wise, this would not fly. So I need to shoot at a higher F number. What do you think?
I think that knowing that those critiques or those criticisms may be applied to the image before you push the button are always important, so that when you make the decision, you're like, nope, I'm okay with that. I like it this way, versus, oh, I hadn't thought about the fact that I need to try to keep it in focus. Like, yeah, that's what I want. There's times when we want to shoot super shallow just because that's what we want. And I do that with my brides. I do that with my portraits. I do that with, anything that I shoot. I decide, just so long as you know that there's a range that you can choose from. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
competition is where they're going to be the most critical. So, if you wanted to enter this in a pet competition, you may find that it will do better if the nose is in focus. Because what are you doing? You're moving. You have too many toys.
Of course, and I'm not afraid to use them.
Wait, which way is he? He's up. Oh, he's up there.
He's up there. There you go. There you go. There's your thumbnail. Like, where's the Miller? That's where we'll play.
Oh my gosh.
Let me stop defacing that beautiful shot.
I love it. When I'm giving a serious answer, you're just like, oh, I'm so bored with this. I'm going to move Troy around and make him a tennis ball.
Hey, I can multitask. I've been doing this for a while. I have two brains. One's listening intently and, nodding, and the other one is playing with switches and dials.
I appreciate that. That's great. That's funny. That's good.
Yeah, cool shot. Yeah, this is fun. This is one of those ones that you want to print, right? Because I threw a shot in here that I've shared before, but I threw a shot in here of my cat who's since passed away, and that is printed and in the living room, and it is one of my most cherished photos, right? Because every time I look at it, I think of that little crazy cat that is now, no longer with us.
Right. Yeah, really good.
All right, Otto, thank you for that. And to Papa Pronsky for that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next up is Michael Rhino. He says, a very recent photo of our pet German Shepherd with our nephew's daughter this past week. Cool portrait.
Yes, Steiger. I've met Steiger. He is an amazing dog. He is so much fun, and he's big. Much bigger than
you've shaken this dog's hand?
Yes, I have sat with him. We played tug of war. I even have some photos of him. He is gorgeous. And, I'm not a huge dog person, like I never grew up with dogs. So to see a dog that big, but he's just so loving and tender. He's just really fun. He's just a really cool dog. So, I can see his personality in this because I've met him, and I know that, this is something that you can do. You could pose with him and play with him and stuff. So I really like that.
Yeah.
As far as the image goes, I think it's a really wonderful image, and I really enjoy it. What I wish was happening though, is I wish that his niece was looking into the light, which is the same direction where Steiger is looking. Mm-hmm. The light that's coming in right now is a little bit harsh. So we're just sort of talking about lighting. So I feel like the lighting is a little bit harsh on her. And because she's looking at the photo and Steiger's not, it's really a portrait of her and not so much, the pet, right?
Yeah.
So Steiger is just a prop at this point. So lean into the idea that, look where Steiger's looking. So, she could lay her left arm around him and kind of snuggle in on Steiger's left side and keeping both their faces looking into the light. And then that would be this just amazing, profile light coming in. That's what I see when I look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering what are your thoughts on the the negative space in here, the black space? Is that okay, or should he have reduced that a little bit?
Yeah. I would definitely reduce the top, probably by half. We really don't need that, but the
Mm-hmm.
horizontal we definitely are good with. I think it's great. If we have a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more space on Steiger's side, I would add a little bit more there because his snout is a little bit close to the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but it's okay. I mean, this is really a portrait of this young lady, and I think that that's okay. Where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, those are my two things. I agree with what you said. My two things would be, yeah, removing or somehow, I don't know how you do it because I'm looking at the crop. How would you get rid of some of that space without adding space to the bottom? But then that adds to the next thing that I was going to throw in there is this little thing down here at the bottom.
Right.
So that's
Right.
distracting. I'm not sure what that is. I would have preferred to not have that in there at all and
Correct.
give me a little bit more bottom space and less top space, so that it maybe a looser crop so that the Steiger's nose isn't so close to the side of the frame. So you got a little bit more room all the way
Yeah.
around, including the bottom, but less on the top. Even cutting off on this side, I'm curious what you think. So if we wanted to cut, kind of crop it so that we're cutting off a little of Layla's arm here to bring our crop a little bit tighter, like this, like from a aesthetic standpoint and also a competition standpoint, is that a faux pas to cut that limb
Yeah.
like that? It is. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, aesthetically, it might not be so bad, but I do know that Michael is, competing, local, state, and internationally, and
Yeah. Yeah.
internationally, like especially, and even at state, like they are not gonna like it if you cut off her elbow.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, they're really not gonna lean into that. I mean, without getting super hypercritical on the pose, there's a lot of things that you could have done with the pose, in this situation, but
Yeah.
with the image that's given to us, it's super cute. It's just the lighting. The lighting is a little harsh.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have harsh lighting, you have to lean into it. So in this case, if she would have turned her head or turned her body, moved her feet to camera right, turn her body to camera left, so she's facing sort of the window, even looking at the camera would have softened that light on her face. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, it's just really harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's this here, like this thing. You see that on her shoulder, on Layla's shoulder right there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm imagining that that's like her
That,
pants or her trousers back there. Yeah.
or I was thinking that's a light. That's from the light source that's off to her right there. That's really hot on her shoulder. That's kind of what that looks like.
Um, I don't think it's her shoulder. I think
No.
it's the clothing. Yeah, because the way the light is wrapping around, it doesn't feel like it's her shoulder.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm guessing though. I mean, we don't know, but it would be a lot brighter on Steiger's face if
Hmm.
that was that bright, to do that.
And
This
then
looks like
last
window light.
last question: do you think this would have been better in black and white or color?
I think it would do really well in black and white, and
Hmm.
mostly because you can bring up the shadows in black and white a lot further than you can in color. So when you bring them up in color, you tend to undersaturate the skin tones and things. So I think in black and white, the graphic nature of the shadows and things, and you could soften them on her face. It would go a lot further. You could do a lot more work to it.
Yeah.
Plus Steiger, I mean, his fur and the hair on his back, because he's a long hair shepherd. That hair would stand out really, really well.
You see the detail in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Michael Rhino, thank you for that. And then next up is Troy Miller. Look at this guy. with no
Yeah, I
caption.
had to
All
throw in
right.
a I had to throw in a quick photo of this is actually Kira's cat, Juju.
Is Juju a
Which is
Maine Coon?
no,
Because those little
Juju, I
tips
don't
on the ears, the tips on the ears, those are like indicative of a Maine Coon breed. I thought.
they are a bit, we don't know. She's basically, a stray that we don't know. So she so badly wants to be an adventure cat, and Kira wanted to train her to be an adventure cat. So when she was really, really young, we started putting this harness on her, and we would try to train her to go out and walk, and she just did not want to leave the yard. And so we just took the leash off and we put her harness on. She runs around the yard, and that's it. That's what she does.
She's suiting up, suiting up for her adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't let her out without her harness on, because we did that once and she almost jumped the fence.
Mm.
But the harness for some reason like gives her a sense of like, oh, I'm in the yard. And so it's fun. She's a tiny cat too. She's really tiny. So she
Oh,
just a fun photo.
oh,
But
that's cute.
yeah, this is her secret life. Like she's in the house 90% of the time. But when she goes outside, she's an adventure cat.
That's right. She's in the jungle, Indiana cat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. And they love it. They love it if I don't mow the lawn, because then the grass is nice and tall and they like to lay in it. So
And you like to eat it too, right?
they do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Very cool. All right. We had Bat Cat and now we have Adventure Cat. So
Yeah. Adventure cat. Yeah.
yeah, love it. Is that it? I thought
So
I had
we
a
have,
photo in here.
we have more, but you scrolled past them and I don't understand why you missed
Wait,
them.
how did I scroll past photos? Did that
Well,
one?
there is,
Let me reload the page. Maybe it's me.
yeah, there's a couple missing. I figured that's a weird sort order. We have
Yeah.
one from Raphael.
Let's see. 15. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We did
That
Karen.
one.
Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one. Did that one.
Why are you?
Where
Why
do
are
they
you
go? Where are the images? See more.
I don't know. You're definitely missing some.
See less. Okay, yeah. Well, there's a. I know we're missing some. Where are they? That is so weird. I saw them earlier. Are they comments on comments? Can you do that? Huh.
No, they're not.
Hey, you know what? Let me put the camera on you while I figure this out. How about that?
Okay, I'll entertain the crowd.
Do your little dance, Troy. Do your little dance. Come on. Show
I'm
us what you got.
juggling. Yeah, I don't have anything. I have a cat for silicone spray and I have a guitar pick. That's what I have. Yeah. They're just, I don't know what to tell you.
What in the heck? Do you have them up on your screen? Can you see the ones that are missing?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen. Do a
Okay,
screen
let me
share into
share.
Ecamm, and I will bring that up.
Oh, I have to give Google permission. Okay, let me grab the Chrome tab.
That's so weird. How come I can't see those? Why am I being censored?
I don't know.
Or why am I? Okay, there you go.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna bring that up.
there.
Let's see.
Yeah. So
There we go.
this is Raphael Swift's.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one. I thought this one was cute. That's a
Yeah.
that's a little grabbable nose right there.
And Comfort. He titled this one Comfort, which I think is just super cute. I mean, you can't even see the eyes, right? So if it wasn't for that nose, you wouldn't even know what it is.
Yep. Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah. This is great.
Would you change anything on this shot?
I would probably crop in a little tighter, and I would try to burn down that right-hand corner just a tad, because I feel like it's really bright right there. So if I block out the lower right-hand corner, then I can really focus, on the nose, which is kind of the mystery in this shot, which I really like a lot. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, kind of, the vignette thing. And normally I'd say, I'm pointing as if you can see my pointer. But normally I'd say I guess the blanket in the lower left is distracting, but in this case it's perfect because it looks like that's the binky, and that's the
Right.
the little comfort spot. The nose is always got to be about that distance from the binky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
super
it.
cute.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
I dig it.
We did that one. We did not do this one. This was when Nora's Notness, Luna's Stare, the
How is
neighbor's
this not
pet.
on mine? I still don't see these. This is so weird.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm allergic to cats, but discovered that Siamese produce less than. Oh yeah, they want protein, so I could be in the same room. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's hyperallergenic pets. Cats. They get. So
Oh,
I do like
gorgeous. Look
this
at
one.
that. Look at that.
I do. I do. This is really cool, and it's got that Siamese little eye cross thing going on. So you
Yeah.
kind of recognize that right away, and I
Oh, I
love
didn't
it
know
in
that.
black.
Siamese have crossed eyes? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, almost
Huh.
always, if not always. Not being a cat expert, but um, so I recognize that. Now this is another one of those shots where I really wish that it was taken at eye level, because I feel like the cat is looking under the camera,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be really wonderful, to get down to eye level and shoot at the cat's level. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
agree.
really like that.
I love the cropping of this though, because it's clearly intentional, right? Because
Oh, you
the
guys, I forgot I'm sharing the screen, so I'm like, ooh, what is that up there? And I zoom in,
yeah,
and I
I can see
can
all that.
see.
I can see it all. I can see it. We see everything you're doing. But again, look
Okay,
at the ear
gotta go.
tips. See, is that maybe that's a cat thing? I thought those ear tip little tufts sticking out there. I thought that was a
Yeah,
breed specific thing, but I'm seeing it all over the place now.
yeah, yeah. No, it's very common, I think. So yeah,
Hmm.
wonderful shot though. What were you
And the
gonna say?
perfect
Sorry,
crop.
I cut you
I
off.
was going to talk about the crop. The intentional crop of how it's very it's a meticulous, very clean crop. It's square on purpose, and I love the geometry of cats always gets me anyway because they're made of triangles. And then we
Right.
got all these triangles trapped in the square. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Super cool shot. Nice touch on black and white though. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
What
cool
else we
little
did that
beastie.
one? We did that one. We did that one. Oh, and here is yours.
No, and I don't get. Yeah, mine is not even showing on my screen. What is? Oh,
Yeah.
like what the heck? I have no idea what's
Let's
going
zoom
on
in
here.
there a little bit.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
what are you looking at? What did I mess up? What did I mess up?
Well, it's just the far eye is out of focus. I wish
Yeah,
it
I
was in
knew. That's
focus.
what I wrote down. I knew you were gonna say that. I 110% knew you were gonna say that because the far eye is out of focus and it is the
Yeah.
brightest eye, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I know, but I still love the shot no matter what.
Oh no, I love it. I seen it. I seen it at your place when we were there. It's
Oh, that's
gorgeous, and
right.
it
Yeah.
and it just goes to show, that you hang the prints, and I didn't even notice that when I saw the print because I remember looking at it. I didn't even see it in print, so it didn't carry across to the print as much as it does here digitally.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that you're right though, because that eye is the brightest. That's where I tend to look. That's this nice short lighting that you have going on. That's the eye I want to be in focus, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
drawn to that eye, but
That's
um,
right.
it's
Yep.
still beautiful. Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful shot.
And this is her. This is literally her sitting in the front window. Yeah, in the house I was living in when I took the shot. There's a bay window in the front of the house. So she every morning she would sit there and watch me leave for work. As I was probably leaving, going to work at Apple. And she would watch me leave. This is her watching me leave. And one morning I saw that. I was like, "Oh, that's a great shot. Your hair looks great today. Let me take a shot of it."
Yeah, cats are always posing in beautiful window light. Like they're just waiting for us to get their photos. That's
Yeah.
that's what it is. They're just
Yep.
waiting. So,
Yep. Yep. I want to be a cat.
yep, yep. I love this. So great,
Yep.
great
That
image
is
there.
Bobalicious. Bobalicious.
And that's it.
That is
That
it.
is it.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
Well,
So how do I can stop sharing.
yeah, I can just bring us back like that.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So cool. All right. You have bring your favorite up while we're not sharing. Bring the favorite up. Oh, well, actually, I can do that.
You,
That one
you
I can
can.
see.
I already told you. Yeah.
That one I can see for some reason. Drum roll. Should I do the drum roll sound effect? Wait. Do I have a drum
I'm,
roll? I don't have a drum
I
roll
just did
sound
it.
effect. That
I
is not.
just did it.
No, that was not good. All right, we'll use this.
Oh God, somebody take those away from him.
And ladies and gentlemen, the winner or the most favorite shot from this week's critique session, who is it, Troy Miller? Who is it?
Fat cat.
Oh wait, I'm not sharing. Why am I not sharing?
You ruined it. I thought you were a professional.
Sure. All right, here we go. Fat cat. Fat cat. See, I was too preoccupied wanting to do this.
Everybody, please comment and tell Frederick to stop.
Or tell me to add more sound effects. I only have 6. I only have 6 right now. I need more sound effects. You know, come on. We got some Batman sound effects. See, this one would have been good. I am Batcat. In there.
Yeah. No, we talked about this one before we came online, but what I really love about this, I love all the images of everybody's animals and pets, and I think that's great. I think the thing about this one that sort of put it over the top for me is the story that Stephen put into this, because it was the secret life of cats. So he really leaned into that topic a lot. So I really enjoyed that. So
yeah,
we
very
like it.
Cool. Stephen, the front of your house looks very much like the front of my house. I have the same kind of brickwork here, and my garage is almost the identical color, but there's no bat cat slinking around like that. So.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. So what do we have coming up next week for the next critique? I think we said it, right, already?
Yeah, but you were going to show the page that showed all the goodies.
Yeah, here they are right here. So these are all of the critiques that are coming up over the next couple of months. The next one is going to be Go with the Flow. So this should be interesting. What do you think we'll get for this one, Troy? What do you think?
I don't know.
Like what flows? Lava, water, chocolate, any kind of liquid?
Yeah. Fire can flow if it's following fuel. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Rick says add more sound effects, and I said Rick is off the island.
Rick, thank you. Yes, I 100% agree with you on that sentiment. I need more sound effects. I only have 6. I need more. It's gonna happen. It will happen. So
That's
cool.
Awesome. That's
right.
Awesome.
We will leave it right there. So next week, like we said, is Go with the Flow. Get your Go with the Flow images in. That'll be critique number 185. I will leave the comments open for The Secret Life of Pets, so that folks can congratulate each other in there. And the comments for Go with the Flow, or the submission area, will be opening up shortly. So I won't forget it this time, Peter Levshin. So we'll turn that on, and folks, get them in there. I'm excited to see what's possible here. You know what I'd love to see, Troy? You have a forge. Don't you have a forge in your garage? Can't you melt metal in there?
I don't.
I thought you had a forge. You have an anvil in there. Why do you have an anvil and no forge?
Well, because I can heat things with a torch. I just don't have a forge. I don't have a way to actually heat big pieces of material. So
yeah, I think you need that. You got to have that in there.
I do, but I don't think my neighbors would appreciate me pounding on the anvil as much as that would require. So I've chosen to go.
You run the homeowners association. What are they going to do? Complain?
Yeah, that's true. I got to set a good example.
Let's screw that. All right, Jim Peters in here. Jim says toilets. I'm guessing you're either talking about going with the flow of toilets or
going with the flow.
Or going with the flow. Yeah. So yeah, it should be interesting. All right, Gauntlet is thrown down. This Go with the Flow is a community crowdsourced topic. So you guys asked for it. So let's see what you can do.
Yep.
Anything else, Troy? You got anything else you want to throw in there before we end this one?
Just be safe and have fun, right? Get out there and shoot. Enjoy the nice weather if you're where the weather's nice. If not, go play a game. Go play checkers or something.
Yeah. I'm going to do today on my list, probably this evening, the new Spider-Man movie, which I've been trying to get out to see but have not been able to, is now on Apple TV. It is now. I can watch it. So
cool.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to sit down and watch me some Peter Parker, Zendaya, and Mysterio and all those other people. I don't know if Mysterio's in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. We'll chat about it after you watch it. It's good. It's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
interested what your thoughts are. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Batman, I have thoughts. I have thoughts on Batman. Maybe that's a different show. But again,
I
I enjoyed it, but I did not. I mean, I went as a parent, right? So I was in that. Oh, she can't see this. Oh, she can't see that. Oh, So I wasn't enjoying the story as much as I should have if I was just sitting there with my own
yeah,
popcorn watching the movie. So I need to go see it again. But it was good.
yeah.
It was good.
Good.
Batmobile's killer. Love the Batmobile. I love it.
Cool.
Cool. All right, we'll leave it right there. Thank you, folks who participated. Only had a couple people show up in here, but thank you. I appreciate both of you. Jem is still saying flow. Okay, got it. Oh yeah, so Jem's saying flow. He was referring to go with the flow. All right, now you're on the hook, Jim Peters. You got to put in an epic flow picture since you mentioned that, and it's on the recording now. So.
Yeah.
So your name and likeness and suggestion are now permanently part of a YouTube video right there. All right, guys, we'll leave it right there. Thanks everybody for coming. Troy, thanks again for your help with
Yep.
this, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care, guys.
See ya.